Hi there, this is Steve from the Google Apps team here in the UK, and you can find us online at GAppsTips.com and on Twitter and on Google+. So today's video tip is to help you with using the revision history feature in Google Files, and I'm going to show you what I mean. So here I've got Google Drive open, and I'm in a folder with some tips, demos, information, and this particular file here I'm going to work on. This is an old GAppsTip update document that we've worked on to produce content for the GAppsTips.com site. Now I'm going to just open this, and this tip that I'm going to talk about now applies to Google Docs, Google Sheets, Slides, and Drawings, the Google formats essentially. It doesn't apply to Google Forms. And we can see the last edit was made over a year ago in October 2015 by my colleague Kate, and it's just a fairly straightforward Google Doc. Now, the function I'm going to show you is the revision history function, which is available from the File menu. And you can see this here, See Revision History. And there's a shortcut, Control, Alt, Shift, and H. You can also click the top tip here on the last save, or the last save data. And I'm going to click here, and it opens up the revision history. And what you'll start to see is versions of the file backwards in time with the timestamp here. Number of edits that were made on the version that I'm looking at. Okay, and we can also see the color of the edit corresponding with the name of the user listed here. So if I were to click, say, on this one here, we can see that this is in purple. This user, Steve, has made some changes, and I can see what those changes were. And I can click through on the edits and move through the number of edits that way as well if I want to. And I can go back the other way. So I can also click here, show more detailed revisions, and you'll see that you get a lot more options here depending on who's been interacting. So again, these changes that have been made are tracked by any user who has edit access and may have made changes to the file will be tracked here, regardless of whether it was me or a colleague that made those changes. So I'll just click on one here and see what was happening at that point in time. And I should be able to see there was a total of one edit. I can click down there and I can see where that edit was made. It looks like I inserted an image at that point. And I can move to another version here. Have a look at that one. There were 6 edits made here. I can step through and see what changes were made in the file there. If I wanted to, if I felt like this was the right version of the file and that subsequent versions of the file were wrong, I could restore this revision, which effectively would push it to the top of the stack and make that the live version. Other things you can do is you could just pop into an older version and say, well, I like this text that we had at this point in time. We changed it afterwards, but I want to just copy that and take it away and use it somewhere else. So I may not be restoring this version of the file, but I might want to go and get some content that I know that was in a previous version. And that's essentially it, really. I can pop back out again by clicking on this back arrow here. So I haven't made any changes, but I've gone back out and then back into the version of the file again. This again is an option for people who have edit permission on the file. So if you have comment access or view access, then you're not going to see the ability to go to File and see revision history, or to click here and pop into the revision history. So that's what I wanted to show you today. Thanks very much for watching. I'm going to show you back here on the GAppsTips.com page and remind you that we are available on Google+ and on Twitter to follow. And I'd like to invite you to perhaps make some comments on the comments below this video. Thanks again for watching.